Welcome back to the 3D bot maker Diecast Racing League. It's time for Group 2 in the GT tournament.
We sure had some great racing in Group 1.
This tournament is sponsored by Hankook Tire. You'll find links to their Instagram, YouTube channel, and Facebook page in the description below.
Let's take a look at the drivers and cars that will be racing today.
First up, we have Monica RAYBRANDT driving in the SRT Viper GTS-R.
That is a beautiful car.
Then we have JAKOB VERRÜCKT driving in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS.
Driving in the Acura NSX GT3 is SUKI YOKOTTA.
And then driving in the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 is NIGEL CARBOROUGH.
They'll be competing in 8 races instead of 4, right?
That is correct.
Double the racing, double the fun.
That's right, you now get 200% more racing. Brought to you by 3D Bot Maker.
What an amazing offer.
Here we go at the start of race 1. Monica RAYBRANDT on the front right. JAKOB VERRÜCKT on the front left.
Monica RAYBRANDT having some trouble staying on the track right there.
Yeah, it looked like she had her front end up on the divider. JAKOB with the pass right there over Monica. He's in the lead with 1 turn left.
A lot of bouncing around.
Here comes Monica, passes on the inside. Whoa!
Oh man, they're fighting for it.
Now JAKOB VERRÜCKT pulls ahead.
This is wild.
Monica gets a boost from NIGEL CARBOROUGH, and Monica RAYBRANDT ends up taking the win. What a back and forth race that was.
NIGEL CARBOROUGH with a big assist right there for Monica RAYBRANDT.
That is one of the most back and forth races we've ever seen on this track. Look at this right here. JAKOB VERRÜCKT having some trouble down McLeod Straight. Here comes Monica with a clean pass on the inside. She understeers coming out of that corner. JAKOB hits her front end. He takes the lead. But look right here, NIGEL CARBOROUGH with the bump assist, sending Monica RAYBRANDT past the finish line first.
Now that's what I call a race.
Here we go at the start of race 2. We have JAKOB VERRÜCKT starting off on the front right, NIGEL CARBOROUGH on the front left in the Aston Martin Vantage.
We'll have to see if he has the advantage or not.
Well, he gave Monica RAYBRANDT the advantage in the last race. NIGEL CARBOROUGH leading around turn 1. He's ahead of JAKOB.
NIGEL is looking fast out there.
The other 3 drivers bunched up together. That leaves NIGEL all alone, and he will take the win on race 2.
Here comes JAKOB.
I'm not seeing Monica or SUKI.
Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark.
NIGEL and JAKOB get in a fender bender at the intersection, and Monica RAYBRANDT gets stuck behind SUKI YOKOTTA. Not a good start for SUKI YOKOTTA. She only has 1 point after 2 races.
Well, with 8 races now, there's still a chance for her to come back.
That is true. Here we go with race 3. NIGEL CARBOROUGH on the front right, SUKI YOKOTTA on the front left in the Acura.
SUKI YOKOTTA could really use a win right here.
NIGEL in the lead, SUKI YOKOTTA now pulling ahead. NIGEL takes the lead back going around turn 1. It's now NIGEL CARBOROUGH and JAKOB VERRÜCKT in first and second place.
NIGEL CARBOROUGH getting some distance from the pack now.
No one is even near him around the final turn. And race 3 will go to NIGEL CARBOROUGH, followed by SUKI YOKOTTA, Monica RAYBRANDT, and JAKOB VERRÜCKT.
JAKOB was in second place. He got passed up by SUKI YOKOTTA and Monica RAYBRANDT.
That's going to tie Monica with JAKOB. They both have 7. NIGEL CARBOROUGH in the lead with 12. SUKI YOKOTTA all the way on the bottom with 4.
That's an 8-point difference from first to last place.
This is race 4. SUKI YOKOTTA and Monica RAYBRANDT in the front row. SUKI YOKOTTA with the early lead. Monica RAYBRANDT in second.
NIGEL CARBOROUGH behind SUKI.
Here comes Monica to try to pass. Whoa, she gets forced off the side of the road.
Wow, that was crazy. I hope she's okay.
Some aggressive driving by SUKI.
Hey, she wants that win.
Well, she's certainly going to get it. SUKI YOKOTTA will take her first win of the day. That will certainly help her out in the points.
That's going to move her up to 3rd place, only 1 point behind JAKOB VERRÜCKT.
Meanwhile, Monica RAYBRANDT upside down off the side of the track.
Oh, you just hate to see that happen, especially to that car. Let's see that again in the replay.
Right here, SUKI YOKOTTA had the lead. Then Monica RAYBRANDT was pulling ahead.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That was definitely caused by SUKI YOKOTTA. You know, forcing another driver off the road isn't against the rules, but the question is it ethical?
It's just the nature of the beast, 3D. Sometimes if you want to win, you gotta push a few cars off the track.
We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the 3D Bot Maker Diecast Racing League GT Tournament. It's time for the second half of Group 2. NIGEL CARBOROUGH currently in the lead with 14 points, JAKOB VERRÜCKT in second with 10, SUKI YOKOTTA has 9, and Monica RAYBRANDT has 7. The cars have been lined up for the second half. based on their current score.
I'm surprised to see Monica RAYBRANDT on the bottom. She was the number 2 qualifier going into this tournament.
Well, qualifying is one thing, race day is another. Nigel CARBOROUGH was second to last in qualifying, but he is really showing off here in the races. That's going to be win number 3 for Nigel, pushing his score up to 19.
Here comes SUKI YOKOTTA in reverse, taking last place once again.
There's a big gap developing here between Nigel and the rest of the drivers. JAKOB, SUKI, and Monica relatively close in points. Nigel currently 6 points ahead of second place.
JAKOB VERRÜCKT once again having trouble coming down McLeod Straight.
Yeah, that unstable steering is really slowing him down there. Here we go with race 6, JAKOB VERRÜCKT on the front right and Monica RAYBRANDT on the front left.
3 races left, Monica on the bottom. This is her chance to get some points on the board.
Well, she's had 2 DNFs today. That's really hurt her score. It's a close race into turn 1. JAKOB VERRÜCKT in the front, Monica RAYBRANDT in second.
Let's see if JAKOB can keep it straight. No, he cannot.
I don't know what's going on with his car in that section of track. Monica tried challenging for first, ran into the back end of the Porsche. She will narrowly take second place. Nigel CARBOROUGH taking third, and SUKI YOKOTTA once again another 4th place finish.
That's going to move Monica RAYBRANDT back into 3rd place, but I think we're already seeing the top 2 of this round emerge. Nigel CARBOROUGH 21 points, JAKOB VERRÜCKT 18. Compare that to Monica with 12 and SUKI with 11.
Well, there's still 2 more races left. That means potentially there's 10 points that could be added to anybody's score.
Well, looking at SUKI YOKOTTA's track record so far, I think it might be a little too late for her.
Keep in mind that the top 2 in points will advance on to the final round. Monica RAYBRANDT and SUKI YOKOTTA in the front row this time. Monica taking the lead out of turn 1. SUKI and JAKOB side by side fighting for second.
SUKI pulls in behind Monica.
This right here is exactly what Monica RAYBRANDT needs. She makes it around the final turn and she will take the win on race 7. That's gonna end. Whoa!
Wow.
Nigel CARBOROUGH hits the curb, bounces out towards the camera.
Not only do we have double the races, it appears those races are now in 3D.
That's right, it's 3D in 2D.
I feel like you stole that line from somewhere.
Nigel CARBOROUGH still sitting on top, but only by 2 points over JAKOB VERRÜCKT. And Monica 3 points behind JAKOB. I think Nigel's going to be a sure win here. The question is, who will take second place?
Nigel CARBOROUGH starting off the final race in the front row on the left. SUKI YOKOTTA on the front right.
The 2 drivers battling for second place starting off in the back row. Which one will join Nigel CARBOROUGH in the final round? SUKI YOKOTTA with a slight lead over Nigel CARBOROUGH. She maintains that lead through turn 1.
Nigel pulls ahead.
He's followed by JAKOB VERRÜCKT. Monica all the way back in 4th place.
Well, I think we know who the top 2 are going to be.
Here comes Nigel and JAKOB through the final corner.
JAKOB losing control.
He recovers, and he will take second place. That's going to push him through. That means your top 2 advancing on to the final round will be Nigel CARBOROUGH and JAKOB VERRÜCKT.
And that's another DNF for Monica RAYBRANDT. 3 DNFs.
Some great racing today by Nigel CARBOROUGH, winning 4 out of 8 races. He's definitely a top contender going into the finals.
Based on these first 2 races, it should be a great final round.
And here's a look at your 4 finalists. From Group 1, we have Adam Munch in the BMW M3 GT2, Rodney Sandstorm in the Corvette C8.R. From Group 2, we have Nigel CARBOROUGH in the Aston Martin Vantage GT3, and JAKOB VERRÜCKT in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS.
That is a great lineup. I can't wait for the finals.
Well, make sure you keep it tuned right here on the 3D Botmaker Diecast Racing League, the home of Diecast Sports Action Racing.